Hello everybody and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League, Season 12. Don't believe the lies that you see up here. My name is Anani, this is Randy, and this
Hello.
is a replay. It's not a live game. And by the way, don't S Cool Rat GIF, worst Mista. This is Lanaya del Rey versus Baby Shlark.
Wow.
Two puns that, they're there, you know. Two teams we haven't seen so far. So, the captain on Del Rey is Arteezy. It's not really Arteezy, I promise. And the captain of Baby Shlark is Respect the Pouch. And I'm very sorry to say we're probably going to be referring to these two teams as the Radiant and the Dire in this game. This is another replay, as you've noticed. If you see the video that we're going to upload after this one, actually, on the scheduling, then you'll know that we cannot be in multiple places at the same time, and therefore, we only can do one game live at a time, until the point where, of course, there only is one live game at a time, and won't that be fun?
Yep.
So, till then, we're going to be doing random replays. We're going to try to avoid games that other people have casted. I noticed there are casters on this game, but I'm pretty sure they're just spectators. So if they're not, shoutouts to Applejuice Bad for being the best commentary desk on the planet Earth and doing a better cast than us. Because,
Yeah.
you know how it goes. So let's kick off with some fun drafts.
10 seconds remaining.
Alright, low drafting phase.
It's an interesting thing to see because this is going to be our sort of exploratory round. Even if you knew who these teams were, and you didn't because this is a league of ad hoc teams, basically. It's going to be interesting to see, even in a group stage, what's changed. So it's always an exploratory process. Looks like old Shlark does not want to see a Weaver, and old Lanaya del Rey does not want to see a Phoenix in the game. That's two very interesting early bans to make.
Oh yeah, what's bad against Phoenix?
10 seconds remaining.
It's a good question, if only Oslo were here. A lot of right-click based heroes don't like to see Phoenix because, oh, by the way, if you're wondering where Ocelot is, we left him in Vegas after the last game and he gambled away his life savings, and you know how that goes, right?
He'll be fine on Sunday though.
Yeah.
He'll have his life savings back.
Yeah. He'll probably have found at least a telephone by then. So, two Ocelot heroes go down, actually, and both Phoenix and Rubik. He would be pissed right now. Whereas we have a Clinks ban on Baby Shlark. Looks like Lanaya del Rey probably is just picking off some supports that Baby Shlark players want to pick. Whereas Baby Shlark players perhaps are looking more for trying to get rid of heroes that are, that are sort of slink out heroes, guys who can easily just get out of things.
No invis heroes.
Ogre Magi is a kickoff pick here. I remember a few, at this point, several TIs ago, where somebody was excited to see Ogre Magi getting picked there.
Yeah.
It's, I say somebody, I mean a lot of people were excited to see Ogre Magi getting picked there. Hero with a large fan base, a hero that has a lot of very simple utility, and it's very appropriate. Ogre Magi is a good character design in a literal sense. He tells you everything you need to know about him. Very simple, very effective. Here comes Dazzle as a counterplay to him. Dazzle, on the other hand, unlike Ogre, who's more of sort of just, he can do it all for you, he's just there to be there, Dazzle is a little bit more of a sort of predictive pick. You pick Dazzle because you have somebody who you want to keep alive, and this might be the guy, Sand King.
Yeah.
One of the most disappointing things you could possibly have happen to you as Sand King is to get a big ult, go right in, and die in 2 seconds, so having Dazzle there with him. Do what?
Your ult still goes off if you die, so it's fine.
That's true, it's just still something you don't want to happen, for various reasons, so... Because
Counterpicking the Dazzle immediately with the X.
Yep, do not want to see that. Also, a counterpick to the Sand King, because, just stand in the middle of the Sandstorm and Q, so...
Right.
10 seconds remaining.
It forces him to pay more attention to where he's positioned inside Sandstorm.
On one hand, it is good for the Radiant to have counterpicked both of the other guys so succinctly. On the other hand, it also means that Lanaya del Rey is now in a bit of a reactive state of picking and now has to play around the fact that they had to draft up Axe, which they didn't necessarily know they were having. I can tell you this much, if they had planned around picking Axe, they certainly wouldn't have just banned PL.
Right.
Banning PL usually means one thing, and in this case, I think we kind of all know what it means, right? That's definitely gonna... They're at least considering Medusa.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I said last time. We got a PL pick, or PL ban, even, not a PL pick.
Very mono... Well, it actually isn't last time, because this is getting uploaded first. You're talking about the future as if it's the past. But it is the past. It's both! Anyway. I'm just stealing your thunder. It's okay. Next time you'll say it and you'll look really smart and cool, because I don't, I don't talk about it much. Anyway. Shlark and Luna, next down. Just two heroes that, again, as I said before in these ban phases, it's just two heroes you just don't ever really want to see, per se. You know, there's not a situation where you're sitting there and you're like, well, gee, I sure really want a hero to be around that means that if we lose the next team fight, we're going to lose a pair of racks, you know? You're never sitting there thinking to yourself, oh, gee, I sure want to see a hero that can just pick off our supports casually with literally, like, not literally, but pretty much no counterplay to it, you know, so...
Yep.
Shadow Fiend also goes down. I'd imagine at this point that they're really just kind of taking out heroes that they personally just don't want to see on the enemy lineups rather than trying to ban around their specific team strategy or composition.
5 seconds remaining.
Shlark and PL and Rubik would kind of pour towards Medusa.
On the other hand, it's kind of hard to see what the bans on Baby Shlark are exactly pointing to. I would guess generally this is just a lot of it's probably they just know some of the heroes on Radiant and are like some of the players on Radiant are just banning some of their most notable heroes. Spirit Breaker going down. That'd be another hero in a similar lot. There are a few people that Spirit Breaker is particularly good at dealing with.
Yeah, maybe like a Windrunner sniper.
Radiant team pick.
Got a Life Stealer down on Baby Shlark. It's
Yep.
definitely if they're thinking that Radiant's gonna pick up Medusa, they're trying to preemptively counter it. They're trying to say, okay, go ahead, pick Medusa. Well, I've got a pause one that doesn't care about that at all, basically. Or, you know, what am I saying pause 1 for? Lifestealer can be pause 1, he could be pause 3, he could even be like a weird jungler. You know, technically a pause 4 sort of thing if you want to really stack on the carries. Lanaya del Rey, maybe right now they're stopping to think, okay, we got Lifestealer down, should we pick Medusa? Definitely not somebody you want to see as her. So the thing about Medusa is that Medusa is today what Death Prophet was, you know, 4 or 5 years ago.
Radiant team pick.
Easily countered, but unstoppable if she's not countered, basically. Got a Grimstroke down here. Once again, Grimstroke with the Ogre skills can be quite a strong combination.
Yep.
The Twin
Can
Battle...
Axes don't do people?
Don't think it interacts properly.
That's a shame.
2 Battle Hungers is also surprisingly hard to deal with if you're not able to just turn around and fight under them. Taking some time here. Really thinking out this this next pick. Who is it going to be? I do feel like they're just sitting there saying, should it be Medusa? Should it? I mean, you know, we've got some good excuses not to do it. It's sort of smart on Baby Shlark's part. They're playing the mind game. They ultimately pick her up, though.
Alright, what's the response? What's your instant response to Medusa gonna be?
A lot of people who could do it.
10
Get away with it
seconds
fairly
remaining.
easily, especially considering that Sand King can go pretty much anywhere he wants to go.
5 seconds
So, you know,
remaining.
you could just as easily pick up a Lion as you could an Ursa here.
Yep.
There's a lot of D-Blade users in the game as well. You could pick up Anti-Mage. I mean, there's a lot of ways to go about it. But I do think they are going to have to make a counter here. As I said, Medusa, very easily countered, but very unstoppable if she's not.
Right.
Still in the realm of possibility. And they certainly have Lifestealer, who could definitely survive in an encounter with Medusa, even when she gets farmed, but he's not himself really going to be able to beat her. He's just going to be able to stand up to her, basically. There is a distinction there, and it's an important thing to have. It's an important thing to have on your lineup. You know, somebody who can say, okay, you know, yeah, I'm not going to be able to beat Medusa in a straight fight, but I can survive with the guy who can, and perhaps even help him along in doing so. You know, open wounds on Medusa to help get that edge in, for example.
Yep. Really thinking about this one.
They're putting all their brain power into this one. It's not hard to see why. It's a pick that demands a lot of attention, and Baby Shlark are really giving it to him.
Can I have a
They
Nyx
got the Nyx
Assassin?
Assassin. That kind of goes into what I was saying earlier. I think maybe the idea there was that they were trying to think, okay, well, we can, you know, we know where Sand King's going on our side. Do we shift him? Do we not shift him? What do we do here? Who are we gonna pick up to counter the Medusa? I do think Nyx is on the weaker side of Medusa counters, but he is certainly an acceptable one to do so.
He's also a classic Lifestealer combo, and so is the Sand King.
Yep, there's two guys that go really well with him. It's good team chemistry, though they're building a lot on the Lifestealer. He's probably going to be one.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised.
So to that end, I do think that they also have kind of revealed their hand as far as where Sand King's going and who the last pick's going to be.
5 seconds remaining.
Now here's an interesting thought experiment for you, right? You know, on Baby Shlark, who you're banning here, right? Since you're going to be doing mid, well, you're almost certainly going to be doing mid. I suppose you could send the Sand King mid, but you shouldn't, to be frank with you. Just shouldn't do that. Who they're banning here could be sort of a big tip of the hand to who they're about to pick. It's always a question, you know, do you ban like a hard counter to your last pick and kind of give away who it is, or do you ban guys who might potentially go with the overall comp, leave the idea of the counter pick open? Well, they don't have to worry so much about the counter pick, I suppose, because they got the last pick, but still, they do still have to worry about it as far as prediction goes. They leave that prediction open, make it obvious who they're about to do, but make it hard to play around it? Or do they ban people who go with the comp? It's always a hard question. They certainly ban Pugna and Windrunner.
Is what they, yeah, that's what they decide.
Windrunner and Pugna tells me, you know, either it's Skywrath or OD. You know, a lot of people still pick Pugna and counter to OD, even though it isn't 100% sort of counter anymore.
5 seconds remaining.
I think Quap was also a good choice to ban on Radiant, because Pugna's kind of deadly against her.
Right. It's always bad to just blow your entire health bar trying to get away from him. The Quap is certainly a hero that has that issue. OD, for the record, also does have it. I will disagree with the idea that Pugna is not a counter to OD at all, because, you know, OD can't ult if that nether ward is there, or he dies instantly.
Right.
He can't ult, he has a hard time putting other people in jail, there's a lot of high mana items that he likes to build. You know, it's still a very valid counter, just not as hard as it used to be. Radiant's singing it over, putting all their time here. Or they're thinking their strategy over. Equally likely possibilities. Who's it gonna be?
This is
Now that's interesting. Now that's an unorthodox pick. Visage.
Alright, interesting. Mid lane Visage?
What's Visage's role going to be here, both in terms of laning and in terms of what he's going to be
10
doing in the game?
seconds remaining.
I assume mid Visage, Deuce of Grimstroke, X Ogre.
5 seconds remaining.
Right.
That's my assumption.
It's going to be very interesting to see the sort of impact he has. It's unusual to see Visage
They
turn
might
into this
stick
level.
Grimstroke with X actually. I know
Yeah, they could.
that's
That's
a
a nasty
pretty
combo.
classic, yeah, classic lane combo.
You may now
Sniper.
select your heroes.
Alright,
Interesting.
so
Two,
mid lane sniper.
Two guys you're definitely not going to see a lot of in a game. Oh, I like the Cyclops sniper mask. I like the Cyclops sniper mask and the no other cosmetics.
He's got a cool gun.
Does he? Oh, you're right. He does. It's just really subtly different from the regular one. It's gonna be a hard match to call. I think because the problem is Visage. It's really difficult to call what Visage is gonna do. Is Visage gonna rat? Is he going to try and get pickoffs with his little boids?
Just blow people up.
Yeah. Is he gonna just try and be tanky and just build like a pause 3? It's a lot of things you can be doing with Visage, and
Right.
it's a very you know 4D chess sort of pick. It's gonna be forcing Baby Shlark to be putting a lot of thought into that guy, especially when he's got a lot on his shoulders here. It's hardly an
Alright.
axe.
Here we
Just
go,
a
game 1.
bladed flail.
Well, last game he was punching people, so
Yeah, it's true. In that match, he was no axe at all. Alright. See if these lanes break down how we kind of expected them to. It's like,
Prepare
it's
for
Medusa. Yep. Medusa and Ogre and Axe and Grimstroke going top, as he sort
I
of
was
predicted.
expecting.
On the other hand, Dire aren't exactly giving away what they're laning yet. It is actually kind of hard to call what Dire's lane comp is going to be. They don't have, they have 3 heroes that could be going a lot of different places here. It can
Right.
be fairly safe. It's fairly safe bet that Sniper's going mid. Fairly safe bet that that Lifestealer is going top, but it's not quite so safe in a lot of these other lanes.
I would think that the offlane core is Sand knowing the meta recently.
Right. The likely breakdown is pause 3 Sand King,
30 seconds
pause
to battle.
4. Could he be either of these guys? It looks like it might be Dazzle. I think it's just as likely to be Dazzle as it is Neeks, but I'm betting pause 4 Neeks and pause 5 Dazzle.
Yeah, sounds right.
By the way, Dazzle is part of BS, so you know. Looks like neither team is really too willing to fight it out at these ruins here. Both sides just going to take one of the river and,
The
Take 2
battle
for 2.
begins.
yep, no contest here. And just casually walks away. Alright, so as everyone's proceeding into lanes, everyone's blocking their creeps, let's do some callouts, huh? So, on the, on Lanaya del Rey, we got Esper as their pause 1. We've got M3 owned, AIM owned, as their pause 5 as your Ogre Magi. Here at mid, we've got that's Slizzy as their pause 2. We've got Baladek, pause 4 Grimstroke, and Godlike Matt as their pause 5X. Or not pause 5X, or pause 3X. Bonus is their pause 5 on Baby Shlark. He's currently really giving Grimstroke the business. He's just going to have to walk all the way back to his tower.
Poison touch level 1, very powerful.
Spec the Pouch, who is their captain, is the position 1. I believe the rating captain has a different in-game
Another
name.
position 1, nothing, huh?
Yep. Pause 3 is Boofus on Sand King. Pause 4 is Roxy Rosso on. Is that Roxy Rosso? No, it's Roxy Roro.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a unusual name there on the Unique Assassin. US Danny on Sniper is
Oh,
in a
boy.
bit of a fix here. Gets a save off his courier though. He's going to be back in the game, actually faster than Visage, because I believe Visage is not going to have to do that himself. Or maybe
Oh, boy.
Visage is going to be getting
Maybe
a free
Visage
trip back
is
to
out of the
Fountain,
game.
actually. Nope.
Potentially. Oh.
Oof. One more headshot in that lineup, and he was goner there. I think that's everybody.
It is.
Apologies to you if you're the 11th player on this team and I didn't shout you out. Looks like everyone's it's a real meat grinder of a lane phase so far. Oh,
Mid.
Sleazy stuck around and
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, I
not
can
enjoy
see
it.
what happened there.
yeah. You guys seen that on the mini-map, basically. Just Sleazy just stayed a little too close to Sniper there, just ate the shrapnel and ate it as a result. Very much of a meat grinder of lane phase at this point. Everybody's just kind of going in and you know, using what they got and coming out with not much HP left. Sleazy
Oh.
wants to get back at Sniper, but doesn't quite make the make it.
Sniper's gotta be careful. Another soul assumption could kill him.
Right.
It's a deceptively
Radiant's
powerful
turret
skill.
has been killed.
Another full assumption could kill him. At least that's what your assumption would be.
Yeah. My sole assumption, the only one I'm gonna make this entire game.
Sniper ate through all of his tangos to get back up to half health and still lost quite a bit of it. By a long shot, this is definitely a meat grinder of a mid lane.
Yeah, they're just poking each other with all they got.
Right, nobody's really thinking even too much about this farm. Neither of them are even in the top 3 of last season and Nice, in fact. Or 4, they're 5 and 7. But...
Taking tower damage
Oh,
instead of the shrapnel. Yep.
Shrapnel does it again. 2 kills for US Danny here at mid. Not a great start for Visage. Dazzle's trying to get some hits in here, but ends up losing really more than he ends up doing. It's a little bit of revenge for Baladak after getting chased all the way back to his tower at the beginning. Now Dazzle gets to go through the same experience, though. He has that stab on
Courier
him.
with a full 1 on it just got killed.
Very sad for Medusa. US Danny still very low health here. He's constantly riding the lightning, that guy. He's beaten Sleazy. Or Sleazy, I guess, just Sleazy to his bottle. A little bit of a fight down here at bot. Ogre Magi is just so tanky, though. He's just going to be able to sit there and eat a lot of what he takes. And Sleazy,
Dire's courier has been killed.
Sleazy walks into the
Radiant's
tower
top
range.
tower is under attack.
Sleazy.
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Oh my
Axe
god.
just barely ends up TPing out in time. Good on Axe for making it there. Well, Deck sticks around, try and mess with this little pull here, but does not work out for him. Just has to walk away. Very good teleport out on Axe. Not so good for Sleazy, who is now 0-3 in this mid lane. This sniper pick. This sniper is never a very conventional pick in an organized tournament level game, but so far it's been playing them a lot of dividends. Old Slizzy, you know, I think part of the thing is his Gravekeeper's cloak. Just does not stand up very well to the guy, so he really loses a lot of his ability to stand up to heat. More fun at top here. Both Axe and Dazzle being very aggressive here, while neither Lifestealer nor Grimstroke really want to get that involved. Dazzle has to pull out here. Very little else gets done though. Another one down a mid.
You got assassinated.
I'm going to miss every time that there's a kill at mid this game. It's my mission in life. I never expect it, you know. Every
We have a
time.
gong show at the mid lane.
Yeah. Every time I'm just thinking, well, Slizzy's just gonna start backing, you know. And doesn't really work out. Sniper always just gets him there. This is
Level 8 versus level 4.
Yeah.
You're good.
So level 5 now at least. To be frank with you, to be honest with you, You know, I know this is a Learn Dota 2 league, but I'm still not gonna refute what your eyes are seeing here. The wheels are really coming off for Visage here at mid lane. He is losing by a mile. He is not doing good. He needs his friends to come help him out here. He needs some sort of support to get the nose back up, or something like, say, this may happen, where Grimstroke is now just about to die for free, and
Sniper just destroys him.
Axe is just gonna have to TP out, or he's done. I don't know why Sniper assumed that Axe was just gonna try to go a long way, so he's gonna be fine actually, but yeah. Sniper is getting big and bad really fast. Neeks actually came in to be the temporary mid laner, and Visage is dead again. I finally got one on camera, ladies and gentlemen.
Radiant's middle tower
I believe
is under
Visage is
attack.
0-5. Oh jeez.
Pretty unfortunate, isn't it?
You know, they say that if you can't say anything nice about somebody, then you shouldn't say anything nice at all, so I will not comment on how lane is going for Visage right now, aside from
Radiant's
saying
middle
it is
tower
going
is under
poorly.
attack.
Say that all men are created equal, as well.
True. Well, that statement's not factual.
Yeah.
So anyway, Visage at it again. Visage finally has his bird. Sniper might actually
No,
face a little bit of
fine.
retribution here. Nah. Nope. At this point, Sniper's really started to run away from the guy.
I don't really think Visage matches up that well with Sniper in general, which isn't helping.
Right, no, it's a very poor matchup. Like I said, Gravekeeper's Club is just completely made inert by Sniper. I do believe that leveling it more than once at this point has been a mistake.
Yeah, stronger soul assumption definitely would be better.
Yeah, stronger soul assumption likely would have got him some early kills. You think perhaps this is a situation where he's just on a hero he's uncomfortable with?
Maybe.
It's very likely. It is Visage after all. Nobody's commonly picking Visage up right now, especially at the sort of level of a LDL2 tournament, which, you know, isn't to say that these guys are just a bunch of, like, you know,
Outland,
completely experienced
Shanking.
new players. But
Radiant's
a little
middle
bullied
Sanking's
there.
tower has
fine.
fallen.
Yeah, he's just getting a little bullied, just getting a little harassed. Nobody's there for Medusa, so he probably wasn't ever in really that much danger.
Yep.
Perhaps it was a situation where they were trying to do a build of a lot of heroes that were good, you know, trying to do a meta sort of build rather than building around a team of heroes that they are nice and experienced with.
Oh,
Numbers
the
gonna
guy
be
got
fine.
raindrops.
Who's got raindrops?
Sniper?
Sniper does have raindrops,
Yeah,
yes.
sure does.
Shoutouts to Sniper. The mid here, the mid experience really hasn't gone well, but luckily at the very least, the Lanaya del Rey has turned around and acknowledged this fact and is now trying to play around it to something of a degree. It is notable that Visage is indeed starting to climb these charts back up a little bit.
Yep.
Though on the other hand, Sniper not only has the highest nuts hits in the server, he also has the highest net worth. It's not a great start for Lanaya. They definitely are going to have a hill to climb up here. Is this hill insurmountable? I don't think so. I do not
Right.
think by any stretch of the imagination that this is an insurmountable hill for Lanaya, but disadvantage to start with. Now this might be a good way to start getting it back. We have the call, but Lystealer is magic immune through everything else they throw at him, and he is fine, baby. He's not even turning around. He's just sticking here.
Yep.
Just to really show him who's boss. Nobody's around for him because everybody, once again, is at the bot T1. It's a very well-loved strategy in this tournament so far. If you are the Dire, you go for the T1 bot as like the first objective in the game. Very strange. I wonder why that is.
Give them more jungle control.
Yeah, partially give them more jungle
So-
control.
They control the triangle already because they're Dire, but they also control, you know, those 4 camps by having the tier 1 down.
And indeed, the T1 does go down as the first camp of the game. The interesting thing, though, is that the opposite does not tend to be the case. Radiant does not tend to be quite so eager to. He is assassinating a bird.
Assassinate the bird.
He wanted that
Nice.
money. It is worth a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know why he thought that wasn't going to happen, but you know.
Yeah. He just thought it would be funny, and it was. So
Well, we have
there you
a
go.
little bit of a skirmish between the former top lane here, but nothing really coming out of it. Yeah, the reverse is definitely not true for Radiant. This T1 top is absolutely pristine, in fact.
Radiant's bottom tower
Yep.
is under attack.
The pause 3, in fact, once again, it's actually kind of crazy how history repeats itself. The pause 3 on Dire, once again going for it.
Oh.
Neeks finds this guy in the jungle. Saj in a little bit of trouble here. He is well on his
yeah,
own.
Sand King's here.
Sand King is here.
Gonna ask
Sand
you for
King is
that.
willing to ult for this.
Alright.
They get the kill on Visage. I don't know necessarily if
finger
that was a great value use of the first big epicenter, but you know, got the kill for it at least. Got a speaking of kills, got a free kill on Grimstroke up here. Just gets run over by Lifestealer, who just casually beats him to death with that armlet of his that he picked up not too horribly long ago.
Oh no.
Medusa going down next. This is
Hemorrhaging.
yeah, this is not good for Lanaya del Rey. They are falling apart really quick here. They need to pull the nose up and fast. They need to turn around and fast, or this game might be just sliding away from them.
How do you stop the bleeding if you're Radiant?
How do I stop bleeding if I'm Radiant? I mean, the big thing I would do for them, pull Visage back.
Radiant's top tower
You
is
know,
under attack.
he shouldn't, at this point, he shouldn't be just farming. It's too late for him to farm. Stick him lower on the priority list. I know that's very mean, but right now, it's time to start letting, you know, Axe get a little bit more farm. It's time to start freeing some space for the supports to try and go out and get a little bit of XP and money. And have Visage acting more as like a helper guy in the fights, because he really...
Oh, Lifestealer's scary.
Ogre just gets run over.
Radiant's
Grimstroke just gets run over. Axe is just desperately running for his life. They find Visage, and once again he goes down.
Yep. Sniper's scarier though.
is under attack.
It is 0-12. 0-12 against Lanaya del Rey.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
It's time for Visage to transition to almost more of like a semi-support role, I think, unfortunately for him. Mid lane
Right.
just went so poorly for him that any attempt to try and be a carry is just going to be completely redundant for him at this point. He'll never make it there in time. Medusa getting caught
they
out
found Medusa.
such in a bad spot. Oh no, she just shouldn't have been here, man. He just shouldn't have been here.
Finds it pretty funny
Jeez.
at least.
Yeah, at least she thinks it's funny. At least she's having fun. That's the important thing. So learn Dota 2 League, not the always win Dota 2 League. You're gonna have some games like this. It's a learning experience. Oh, might actually have a
All the
kill on
Sand
Sand
King
King Hill, but
underneath
no.
the
Oh,
Oh.
Axe lifts a culling blade, then dies to the sandstorm. That's gotta be a little demoralizing for him. Visage just casually dying for
boy.
Sniper Dinner
It is
Godlike,
16
and
and 0. It's about to be 17. No.
nope, they do not want to dive tower for Grimstroke. They're a little worried about what might happen for him. Sniper wants to get his HP back first at least. It'd be funny if he shrapneled there, because if he did, Grimstroke would have been dead.
This is a bit of a drubbing, as our friend Anti-Mage would say.
Scanning.
Anti-Mage is your friend, buddy. I don't talk to that guy. Ugh, this is tough. This is a tough game to be in if you're LDR. It's a tough game for the Radiant.
Yep.
At this point, it really just comes down to this. The other
Radiant's
four need to
middle
just be able to
tower is under
find
attack.
some way to buy time for Medusa. Just need to bait Dire into, at the very least, taking fights as far away from possible in times where their lane's as far away as possible. So when the inevitable spill happens, at least Medusa gets a lot of time to clean up before the waves start pushing in on them.
Right.
They have low respawn timers if they're going to fight and they're going to die, and there is a point where you gotta say you do kind of have to fight. You might as well make the most of it. By the way,
Radiant's
stack
bottom
neutrals.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, that's a Balladex plan. Stack those neutrals up for Medusa. That is one easy way to compensate for jungle farm being a little slower than lane farm if literally no lane is safe. You just
Right.
stack a bunch of camps and it becomes, you know, more and more money.
On the other hand, Sand King down here is just making his best attempt to siege down the T2. He is alone here. Could potentially be in trouble, but can't be in that much trouble when Radiant is just getting knocked out off screen in the triangle again.
Yeah.
Maybe just not the place to be at this point, the triangle. It seems like every time Radiant goes up there, they're just getting smashed to pieces. If you look at the levels, the spread of the levels here, it is really not looking too good for Radiant. Poor Ogre Magi is level 6. In a queued game, I think Ogre would actually genuinely be dangerously kind of close to an AFK abandon at some point in this match. He's just been in the
place is safe.
He's been in the unenviable position of just having to constantly be there to potentially bail people out and potentially sacrifice himself to get a higher priority target out of there.
Yep.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Quite a rout against the Radiant this has been so far.
Oh yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
One of the worst problems is they really got such a long time before they start turning it around. They're putting some smoke on. They want to get Lifestealer here. Lifestealer hits that Q at the perfect time, and he is gone. He is just done with this.
Still there. Nope. He's gone.
They got Dazzle at least. I think he's just dead. Yep.
They're gonna get him.
They got a kill. It's a big start. And Axe is so fast, there's just no hope of getting him. Grimstroke dies for his trouble, but that's a definitive advantage, unless, say, Visage and Medusa would also die. We got Visage down, that's not so great. We got Ogre Magi down, that's not so bad.
Yep, Medusa's up, at least.
Yep, Medusa made it out, and Axe made it out, and right now that's everything you could possibly ask for. There's a long way between 0-21 and 1-21. That's all I'm going to say. And Dire has said, okay, never going to let that happen again. Let's just do Roche. Be absolutely safe forever.
Yep.
The
put her on Sniper Lifestealer.
I would guess probably it might actually be Sand King, because Sand King's really the only mortal they have on their lineup at this point. I mean, outside of Dazzle, but it doesn't matter quite so much if Dazzle dies if it gets the stuff out at least. Dragon Scale's a good jungle item to find, if nothing else.
It's like Lifestealer, yep.
Yep, Lifestealer just wants to put that morale disadvantage on them.
Oh no.
The funniest thing about this is, and I will say, even though they're winning by quite a significant margin, it probably isn't going to matter that much. The funniest thing is that Lifestealer was knocked lower by Roshan than he's been at any other point during the game.
This is true, yes.
So to that end, I can't necessarily agree with the choice to stick it on him, but you know, at this point, like I said,
Dire's top tower is under attack.
it is mistakes like this that can turn these little situations around on you. Though, at this point, I will say it is very generous to say that there's a realistic path to victory for the Radiant. There still is one. Is it too realistic? Not terribly so, but it does exist at least. It is existent.
Yeah, Medusa just gets scary.
Phoenix Assassin picks up a Yule Scepter. That's something you see very often on the guy, actually. As Dire just casually puts the thumb down here at mid and says, we're staying, we're not going to let you go. We're going to, excuse me, we're going to stick around, we're going to take this T3, and what are you going to do about it?
Sand King will bother the top lane as well.
The answer to the question, of course, is Lifestealer is going to casually take half his Lifestealer. He's going to take half his life bar to Medusa. He's going to take half of himself.
Yeah.
At this point, though, the Dire aren't really too excited about the idea of actually taking a fight for uphill. They just want to try and use the creep waves to just keep a constant little small pressure on it with Sniper.
Sniper's maybe the best hero in the game at poking high ground.
Yeah, there's not a lot you can do against a very up Sniper. It is a hero that has that distinct advantage. If he is running away and he wants to go after your objectives, not a lot you can do to stop him. Sand King also is pretty good at keeping lane equilibrium in your favor. It's like they're coming out. They want to try and get something done here. Sniper Lifesteal learned the call, and little comes of it. Grimstroke ult on Neeks and Lifesteal, though, does not accomplish anything. As Dire comes in, big epicenter. Everyone's going down. Medusa dead, no buyback. Grimstroke does buyback. Well, I was about to say the two supports on Radiant, but Visage isn't a support here with the potential buyback, but looks like nobody's really looking to do that. It seems like they're just willing to let it go, perhaps. Maybe they're just waiting for at least a rack set to go down before they call it GG. Or maybe they're going to try and wait for the respawn to get one more attempt at the fight here. Visage certainly isn't going to get much of an attempt at the fight in. Okay, he is, because Dire's actually backing off. Outside of Sniper, anyway.
Oh.
Once again, Lifesteal in the call. This time he does not get his magic immunity off in time. He's actually looking a little low here, though. He does get the Parasite off from Grimstroke. He is no longer silenced. He is, in fact,
oh my god.
The Shallow Grave, it turns out, was not actually necessary the whole time. Medusa does buy back now. Sniper barely,
blink dodge.
Yeah, blink dodges and assassinate, which is good. It's not the fight you love to see as Radiant, but that was probably good for them. They did actually make Dire back out here. They're actually running away after the loss of Dazzle, and they've turned they've turned 3 more points in their favor, which is you know, over twice what they had before that team fight started.
This is true.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Lifestealer just rides Sniper out back to full HP. Doesn't get anything done with the ult itself, but does get the healing off of it, which is nice sometimes.
Yep. Looking like Scotty here.
Yep. Jeez, Grimstroke has nothing, man. That is an inventory.
Hey, what do you expect as a +5 in a 3-30 game?
Yeah, nothing much, don't get me wrong, but geez, it's just not an enviable position to be in. Still poking at that top. Lifestealer's Aegis just popped.
Yep.
Did not get popped by the enemy team if you were holding your breath for that one. And they just casually eat this T2. I think Dire playing with their food a little to this at this point. Really not a great reason that they're not just kind of clearing it out at this point, especially a Sniper getting that DD. That's a very lucky find, and get a Brigand's Blade as well, which is just always a good jungle item to have, basically. I still finishes that Scotty. A Visage Bird just got one shot. Oh.
That's a shame.
This is a bit of a nightmare. It's a bit of a nightmare scenario. They got to do everything here. I mean, they have quite a few people who are unable to buy back on Radiant.
Oh boy.
In fact, nobody
Sniper
on Radiant has it anymore.
Yeah, he's dead.
Nope.
Oh,
that Gravekeeper's finally did him some work there.
Sand King looking to make the neck breaking play here, maybe. It's definitely the next move if you're Dire. Just go straight for the jugular, force the GG.
Yep. Axe comes in to try and get a good call. He gets no Sand King. He gets only death. And then Axe tips Sniper for some reason.
Alright. Oh,
Grimstroke
God.
Casually eaten at the back of the line there. Everybody gets hit by the Medusa ult, but nobody cares. They just keep there, and Medusa's dead.
Oh boy.
Visage is the last remaining line of defense. Sniper gets a casual ultra kill. Even kills Visage birds.
That's it.
And the Radiant calls GG. Well,
Radiant's middle tower is
I
under
have
attack.
one word to say about this match, to be frank with you. I have but one thing to say. Ouch.
Yeah. Rough. That's my one word.
And I almost have nothing else to say about it, really. It's just very simple. Lanaya del Rey are just Oh, we gotta be diplomatic on this stream, Randy.
Kinda doubt that Visage mid experiment will be repeated in game 2. But
Oh, it better not be. It absolutely better not be. What's a really diplomatic way to say, please, practice Visage some more before you try it out again? This is a Learn Dota 2 league, but I don't know if there's even really much of value to learn from a situation like that. That was just really rough. And the worst thing is I don't think Baby Shlark really tipped anything there. I don't think they really showed Lanaya del Rey any of their big cards.
right.
They just got away on a stomp here without doing much. It's really not looking good for Lanaya, to be frank with you.
Yeah.
You might see a turnaround in game 2. It might just simply be that, you know, we picked up a little
We
lineup.
did an experiment that didn't work out.
Right. We picked up a lineup that we thought would be a cool lineup that wasn't really to our strengths. You know, it's not to the strength of Visage to be playing Visage. It's not to the strength of Grimstroke to be playing Grimstroke, so on and so forth. We picked a lineup that wasn't to our strengths to try and match the meta. Maybe next time we'll try to pick out a little bit more of an unorthodox lineup that matches our strength a little bit more, perhaps. Or, you know, perhaps we'll try just a completely different approach. I mean, I can tell you this much. Anything you do in round 2 that's not this is going to be an improvement.
That's true.
There is nowhere to go from here but up. Welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League, ladies and gentlemen. Any final thoughts?
No, not really. Just experiment didn't work. Move on.
Could be. Let's see how game 2 goes. Right now, if you're on the playlist, or when you click on game 2 if you're not on the playlist.